wish he was only a legend.
Alright guys, moving right along. This is the next episode in the building a scene editing series. We're just going to keep on piling effects on to this one little clip here. So far we got the color correction, the camera shake, and the vignette up here. So what we're going to do next is we're going to do the transition from third person to first person, and this is what it looks like.
He's done.
I went ahead and went in here after I did that last camera shake video. And I added some camera shake to this part of the video, so if you go back and watch it, you can see what's going on there. But let's talk about this third person to this little transition here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trim down this adjustment layer where the effects are so we know where they are. And I'm just going to hide this adjustment layer, and we'll just go ahead and repeat this whole entire effect from scratch. So create a new adjustment layer, Control-Alt-Y, move it underneath the vignette, and we're going to trim it to the same size as we've already set out with the previous. Okay, so as the camera is moving forward, we want like the outside edge to do a little blur. So the effect that does that is radial blur. So we'll type that in. Radial blur. There's two different types. We're going to use CC radial blur. Now just bring up your effects tab, and let's go. You have this little marker that's telling me right when the transition happens. So right where this happens, we want the maximum amount of blur. So we're going to set a stopwatch, which makes a keyframe, and we're going to move that up to 100. And okay, so that's the scratch. We want to change it to fading zoom, so you can see what that looks like. Now, what we want the blur to do is increase from 0 up to the maximum amount and then back down again. So we'll just go back a little bit. Alright, about there. We'll set a keyframe, make that 0. Then we're just going to Control C when we got this selected, and then move to the end and Control D, which will paste it there. So you can see as it zooms in, it gets blurrier, maximum blurry, and then it fades right back out. Another thing we're going to do is we want the screen to kind of melt into each other where this transition is. So we're going to look at dissolve, and we're going to use the unmelt. Drop that on your adjustment layer, and the first thing that happens is if you bring up the dissolve unmelt, the transition completion, this is what determines where it's at. So what I like to do is I want the middle. We're gonna do the keyframes just like this one. I want the middle one, double click on it, set that down to 20, then just move this keyframe in, and I just held shift to make sure that it snapped right to that spot right there. Then double click on that one, and that'll be 100, which will be back to normal. So we're going to copy that one and throw that at the beginning there. So now as he moves in, it kind of melts a little bit, and then it unmelts as it transitions right into the first person again. And that's pretty much it. Pretty easy, guys. I'm just gonna rename this third to first transition. Now you can see if you have if you're making another transition like this, you can just find that real easy, copy it and paste it, and just move it down to wherever you're reusing this effect. That's just that easy. So if you guys use any of these effects in your videos, just make sure to come back and leave a video response. And if you have any questions or comments, just let me know down below. Alright guys, see you on the next one.